Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing the Motherhood tag. It is 20 questions, and I also wanted to mention that this is a collab with Hayley. I will have her channel link and her video link in the description box. Please be sure to go check her out. You guys will not be disappointed. She is awesome mom. So yeah, be sure to go check her out, her channel. And if you are coming from Hayley's channel, hi guys, how are you? I'm Shyla. I am 27 years old, going to be 28. I am a mom, a first-time mom of one. I have a son who is 7 months old. I just can't believe he's 7 months old. So it's crazy. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you're new, be sure to subscribe. I make motherhood and lifestyle videos, content that couldn't come off my tongue fast enough, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy. So I am going to be looking at the questions off of my phone, so if you see me looking down or you see me on my phone, that's why. And I'm just going to start with the first question, and it is, how old were you when you had your first child? It was last year. I was 27. The second question is, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? Besides the fact that I had fear my whole pregnancy, just because it took us so long to get pregnant, I always thought something bad was going to happen. But aside from that, probably the hardest thing being that it lasted 9 months was wanting to just meet our son, wanting to meet Levi. I felt like an eternity, especially the last month, I think was the hardest to get through. The last month, 2 months, I just wanted to meet him so bad. So the last month was probably the hardest. Can you think of any good thing you enjoyed during those 9 months? The best thing about it was knowing I was creating a life inside of me. I was growing a human. And just when you think your body has had enough, it just continues to amaze you. And I think that was probably the best thing about being pregnant, knowing that I created our son's life. Not that I created it myself, because obviously I didn't get pregnant on my own, but just that a woman's body can be put through so much. So yeah, that's probably it. The fourth question is, in your opinion, were all of the things you heard about childbirth accurate, or were they off? For the most part, they were pretty accurate, although my labor was nothing that I planned, and I guess that I didn't hear too many horror stories, kind of like what happened with me. So when my birthing plan didn't go as planned, it was really hard on me, and I took it really hard. Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? I guess if I could redo anything, it would have been to known. I don't want to go into too much detail about my childbirth because I want to do a labor and delivery story, but I had a problem that they could have told me about while I was pregnant, and they were doing all these ultrasounds and stuff, especially the vaginal ultrasound. They could have told me the problem that I had, and I would have expected things differently had I known. But yeah, we'll go more into detail about that when I talk about my labor and delivery story. What has been the hardest thing about being a mom? And then, okay, yeah, that's a new question. So what is the hardest thing about being a mom? The hardest thing, I think, is we always, as moms, picture and put ourselves up to other moms, and when we have an off day or whatever, or things are just really some things obviously we get frustrated, and that's okay. It's not all bubbles and it's not all joy all the time. So when we put ourselves up to other moms and we get let down because we can't do that, I think that's probably pretty hard. I think we just kind of do that as women though. Number 8 was, what has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? I don't know, just knowing that you're teaching this little human being that you and your significant other created, you're teaching him life, you're teaching him lessons, I don't know, it's just really, I think it all is rewarding, but probably just knowing that you're creating this human being, and what you allow them to grow up is how they're gonna look at the world and just see things. So yeah. What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? Some of these questions are tough. That one's a tough question. Let me think about that one. We'll come back to that. That's question 9. Number 10 is, what is the best memory you have with your child? My son is 7 months old, and I would have to say there's quite a few, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think the thing I remember the most is when he started rolling over. It really hit me that he's growing up, and no matter what I do, I can't stop him from growing up and learning new things. And now he's about ready to crawl, and he's in his walker, and he's loving walking and being able to roam the house. And it just, I don't know, I guess, I know people told me that they grow up fast, and I just didn't allow myself to believe it. I was like, no way. But they really do grow up fast, and enjoy it while you can. What is the most exciting milestone? I think they're all pretty exciting, but I am definitely excited for our son to actually start walking. And I know a lot of people's like, oh, don't push that, because then, you know, they're on the go and they're into everything. But I'm actually really excited for our son to be walking. So yeah, that's probably the thing I'm most excited about. Number 12. Yeah, number 12. What is the worst thing your child has ever done? Well, my son's only 7 months old, but I can think of one right off the top of my head. And it is when I let his nails get long, because I'm like really scared to clip his nails. I'm afraid that I'll clip them too short. So the worst thing that he does is he will grab at my boobs, because I still breastfeed and I plan to for at least 1 year. I'm hoping to at least. But when his nails get long, he like claws at my boobs, and they're currently now like scratched, and there are literally like cuts in them. There are bruises, and if you're breastfeeding, you understand that those are sore. And they're very sensitive, and then on top of that, they want to go and pull on them and bite at them, and yeah, that's probably like the worst thing I can think of off the top of my head. Number 13, what habits did you wish your child didn't have? Probably we co-sleep, and we're in the process of trying to crib transfer, so I guess that would probably be the worst one. And it's not like that it's that bad, it's just I absolutely will not do the cry it out method. Our son could cry and cry and cry and cry, and I just won't do the cry it out method. So right now the worst habit we have is crib transferring, so that would probably be the worst one. But that's particularly, I guess, my fault, because I was the one who pushed co-sleeping, because we're breastfeeding, and I don't know if it's just my son. I'm sure it's not. I'm in a tons of breastfeeding groups and they all say the same thing, but my son will like feed every half an hour sometimes, and I think it's honestly for comfort. So at night I was getting no sleep. That's when I decided to co-sleep, and it has worked out perfect. When he co-sleeps with me, I get a decent amount of sleep, and yeah, but now that he's 7 months old, it's time for him to start getting used to being in his crib. So yeah, that's where we're at. What habits of theirs make you most proud? Some of these are kind of hard because he's 7 months old, so there's like, he's like still learning a bunch of new things and like exploring and stuff. But what habits make me most proud? I don't think he has like a habit right now, but he literally makes me so proud when I see him. He is one of those babies who will not give up trying at whatever he is trying to do. He is so determined. So that would probably be the one thing I'm so proud of, is he doesn't get like I mean, he does get frustrated. He gets frustrated really sometimes pretty easy, but he's so determined to do what he wants to do. So that makes me really proud. Do you share any similarities with your child physically or personally? I don't know. I guess he really does have my attitude in a way, I guess. I don't know. That's the best I can answer that one. I'm not sure exactly what they mean for that question. Number 16, where would you like your child to be in 10 years? Well, in 10 years he'll almost be 11 years old. He'll be in school. I hope he's playing sports or into dirt bikes or into cars, and I just hope he's doing really good and enjoys school, because I know at that age I didn't like school. So yeah, hopefully he enjoys school and he is a nice little boy and not mean with all the bullying that goes on, because I won't tolerate that. So yeah. What is something that having a child has taught you? That is patience. Number one, key, patience, patience, and patience. You need a lot of it. Do you imagine that, I swear I suck at reading, guys. I have dyslexia, so I switch everything backwards or flip it around. I read stuff that's not there, so bear with me. But number 18 is, did you imagine that you would be a mom at the age you became a mom? Well, no, actually. I thought I'd be a mom much sooner than 27 years old. So, I mean, I figured by 27 I would for sure be a mom, but I thought I would be like a mom of maybe like 2 at that point, or even 3. So, yeah, I figured I'd be a mom, just not for my first. Describe your child in a single sentence. Oh my god. My son is absolutely determined, but stubborn. All in the same, like, that's just who he is. That's the best I have. And number 20, which is the last question, is, how have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? It's really made me a stronger person. It's opened my eyes to things. It's really made me like grow, I guess, in a way. It's definitely taught me patience. Like, patience is probably the biggest thing that has changed with me since becoming a mom. So yeah. So that completes this motherhood tag. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be sure to see you in my next one. Bye.